Hello everyone. Welcome to my brand new channel. This channel lets you get acquainted with the most famous books about self-development, finance, and marketing. Each book will be summarized in 30 minutes. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and have some snacks. Happy viewing. So, let's begin. Book 1. The Magic of Thinking Big, by David Joseph Schwartz. Chapter 1. Believe you can succeed and you will. Imagine that there are two completely different boys in the same school. The first one is John. John is always confident in himself. He always succeeds in his studies, and he believes that when he grows up he will have a comfortable car, a house, and a good job. To do this, he is looking for ways and means to achieve his goal. He signs up for additional classes on topics of interest to him and begins to develop in this area. The second boy's name is Tim. He, on the other hand, is closed-minded and always says that he will not succeed. He does not want to do anything, because he is sure that it will not be of any use. Our faith in ourselves and our actions moves us forward, and therefore, in the end, one boy will achieve his goal, and the other will remain a closed person. In this story, the moral is that the person who thinks like a loser will lose, and the person who thinks like a winner will win. How to develop faith in yourself. The first is to think in terms of success, not failure. Always tell yourself that you will succeed, that you will achieve what you want and keep moving towards your goal. Second, keep reminding yourself that you are better than you think you are. Most people underestimate themselves and belittle their own skills and abilities. Thirdly, the scale of your achievements depends on the scale of your faith. If you set small goals, you will have small achievements. Big success brings big goals. Chapter 2. Cure yourself of excusitis, the failure disease. Never, I repeat, never look for excuses. What are the excuses? The first is poor health. Many people blame their health for all their problems. It is wise not to rely on it. The more you talk about it, even if it is a mild cold, the stronger it will become. Even if you have a severe illness, you should not give up on life and set yourself up for disability. Believe in yourself. You can achieve everything. Nick Vujicic proved it to us. Second, intelligence is needed for success. Never underestimate your intelligence or overestimate that of others. You can achieve everything that others have achieved. Learn to apply positive mental attitudes to your daily activities at work and home. Look for reasons why you can complete this or that task, instead of reasons for potential failure. Force your intellect to find ways to win, not excuses to lose. Remember that the ability to think is worth much more than the ability to remember data. Learn to think creatively, create original ideas, and find creative ways to solve problems. Third, I'm too old, or I'm too young. Take your age positively. If you are young, then you still have a lot ahead of you, you can learn a lot and you have more rights to make mistakes. If you think you are too old, count how many productive years you have left. This is even if you are 40 years old. Remember that many live to 80 and you still have half your life ahead of you. Spend time on your favorite business, as you will have the desire and interest to develop further in this vein, and stop saying, "Oh, if I had started many years earlier." That's what losers think. Think like this: let's start now. My best years are yet to come. This is the mindset of successful people. Fourth, I'm chronically unlucky. Accept the existence of the law of cause and effect. Take a good look at what you call someone's luck and you'll see the preparation, planning, and mindset that leads to success. By looking at what you consider someone's bad luck, you can see the specific reasons for failure. Never dream of success and don't waste your time running your brain around empty dreams without taking any action. It is impossible to achieve success by relying on luck. Success comes to those who follow its principles and perfect its execution. Do not rely on luck in promotion, in victory in conflict situations, or on anything positive that can happen to you in life. Luck is not meant for that. Instead, focus on developing the qualities you need to win. Chapter 3. Build confidence and destroy fear. Bring up positive memories as often as possible. Remember the pleasant moments of your life and those things that made you feel confident. A mental monster that ruins your life can be created from almost any unpleasant thought. For example, if a girl left you, you can create a whole bunch of problems in your head, such as, no one needs me, she left me because something is wrong with me, and the like. Do not blame yourself for failures and emerging problems. Confident action breeds confident thinking. Don't be afraid to fail at anything. Just get up and start doing. So what do you need to do to feel confident? Sit in the front row, and do not hide behind the backs of others. When talking to someone, look them in the eye. A person's gaze can tell you a lot. Walk 25% faster than usual. Remember, a sluggish step will depress you. Express your opinion. If you have an idea or an opinion that differs from the opinion of others, express it, and do not keep it to yourself. Smile more often. By doing this, you give confidence not only to yourself but also to others around you. There are 5 ways to deal with fear. Action is the cure for fear. Inaction only increases fear and destroys confidence. The most difficult thing is to take the first step, and then everything will flow like clockwork. If you want to meet a girl, do it right now, and don't drag it out and don't put it off for later. Load only positive thoughts into your subconscious. Don't focus on the problems around you. Look at people from the right angle. Do not belittle or elevate someone. Communicate with them on an equal basis. Listen to the voice of your conscience and always follow it. Otherwise, you may develop guilt, which is a poison for confidence. Your actions should reflect your confidence. Do what you believe is right without fear of failure, always speak loudly, and never doubt yourself. Chapter 4. How to think big. Speak using positive words. You can say, I already tried this business once and failed again, no way. Or you can say, I failed due to my own oversight. I will try again. Also, the market is already saturated, just think about it, 75% of the market is already taken. Better not to get involved. Or you can say, to think only 25% of the market is still free, this is a very promising prospect. I tried to trade this product, but unsuccessfully. No one needs it, but you can. I could not sell the product, but I know that it is effective, it just needs to be promoted. They order so small that it's unprofitable to deal with them, but you can. If they order a small quantity, let's develop a plan to convince them to order more. Competitors have all the advantages. I cannot compete with them. Or say, yes, the competition is very tough, but none of the competitors have all the advantages. Let's think together about how we can get around them. Ways to develop a vocabulary for large-scale thinking. To describe your feelings, use cheerful words that evoke positive emotions. Use bright, positive, cheerful, and kind words to describe other people. Don't be afraid to compliment others, praise them to encourage and support them, compliment them on their appearance, on their work and achievements, and on their family life. State your plans in positive terms. Say, I have good news. It is a very exciting opportunity, and people will eagerly take it up, but if you say, bust or bust, we have to do it, a gloomy picture appears in the listener's mind and their attitude to it will be gloomy. Be able to see the future beyond reality. A person who thinks on a large scale accustoms himself to see not what is, but what can be. In the example of land and rural housing that is dilapidated and not very attractive, it might be possible to sell not just the land and housing as they are, but also to describe a plan for what can be done with the farm and to sell it. And here are some plans. One of them provides for the establishment of a writing school on the farm. There are all conditions for this. 1. A fast-growing city nearby. People have more money, and there is a growing interest in getting out into nature. The plan shows in detail how to keep a decent number of horses in order to make a handsome profit. The second plan proposes to organize a nursery for growing tree seedlings for sale. The third plan provides for the combination of a seedling nursery with a poultry farm. Now you do not have to prove to buyers that the farm is profitable in itself. You can show how this piece of land can be profitable. In addition to territory, people are willing to pay more if they get an idea as well. Therefore, you need to see the possibility behind reality. Visualization adds value to everything. Without the visualization of future possibilities, large-scale thinking is impossible. How much does a buyer cost? One day, when I entered the store, I saw the seller arguing with the buyer. The buyer left in an annoyed state, and the saleswoman said, "He wants to buy goods for $1.50, and I have to spend all my time rummaging through the shelves to find what he needs. He's not worth it." And therein lies its main error. Buyers should be evaluated not by a single purchase, but by the number of purchases for the year. Even if he buys something for $1 now, next week he will gain $150. As a result, the store will lose money in the future. Any type of business can benefit from this principle, not just retail. The profit comes from regular partners and regular customers. Often, at first, you have to work without any profit at all, until a permanent clientele appears. Look not at your customers' current spending, but at their potential spending. If you give your customers more value, they will come back to you more than once. The story of the blind milkman. One day, a young milk peddler rang our door and offered his services. I said that milk was already being brought to us and offered to walk to a neighbor. The guy replied, "I already talked to her. They need a liter of milk for 2 days. Bad order." "Maybe so," I said, "but haven't you noticed that in about a month they will need much more milk? The mistress is waiting for an increase." After a moment of hesitation, the milkman exclaimed, "How could I have been so blind? Today my neighbors buy 7 liters of milk every 2 days from a milkman who turned out to be so insightful." And here's a helpful value-adding practice for you. 1. Add value to everything around you, as the real estate agent did. Always ask yourself, how can you add value to this room, this house, or this business? Look for implementation ideas that could do this. 2. Add value to the people around you. The higher you progress along the path of success, the more your work will be related to the growth and development of other people. Think about how you can add value to your subordinates, and how to make their work more efficient. To bring out the greatness in a person, you first need to see them better. 3. Increase your own value. Interview yourself every day asking yourself, what can I do to increase my value today? Imagine yourself as you could become. You will then discover your potential value. Chapter 5: How to Think and Dream Creatively. When you believe that something is impossible, your mind looks for evidence of that impossibility. However, when you believe that it is possible, your mind looks for ways to achieve the goal, and it finds them. So there is a story related to this. In 1939, a schoolboy was late for class and mistakenly thought that the equations written on the blackboard were homework. The task was difficult, but George still managed to complete it. It turned out that this professor had demonstrated 2 unsolved problems in statistics that scientists had not been able to solve for many years. Due to the difficulty, Danzig was a bit late with the submission of the work and was sure that he would be scolded for it. There is a very interesting plan for generating creative ideas. For a week, you can write down all the ideas that come to your mind regarding your business. Every Monday, start by setting aside 4 hours to look through all the ideas written down for the week and choose the most suitable ones from them. During these 4 hours, think carefully about all the details of your business. Think about how to attract new, regular customers. Ideas may seem so ridiculous at first glance, but they can actually work. There may be an arrangement of goods on shelves and showcases, a credit system for regular customers, a system of discounts, additional offers, and much more. Every day, before starting work, for 10 minutes, think about the question, how can I work better today? How can I do more? Develop the ability to talk and listen. Encourage others to speak. In face-to-face conversations or meetings, ask questions such as, what can you tell us about your experience with a certain company? What do you think can be done with so-and-so? What do you think is the problem here? By prompting people to speak, you will win 2 victories at once. You'll get the raw material for creative solutions and gain friends and supporters. The surest way to please people is to listen to their opinions. State your own ideas in the form of questions. Like, what do you think about so-and-so? Let your interlocutors polish them. Do some informal research. See how your employees react to the idea. It is very likely that a revised, more effective idea will emerge from the discussion. Focus on what others are saying. Listening involves much more than just keeping your mouth shut. What you hear must enter your brain. How often do people pretend to listen when they don't really hear a word? They simply wait for the interlocutor to pause to insert a word. Focus on the words of the interlocutor and evaluate them. It is food for your mind. Here is a basic plan for implementing ideas. 1. Carry a notebook with you and write down all the ideas that come to you during the day. 2. Review the ideas you have written down, think about them, find connections between them, and look for additional information in. Chapter 6. You are what you think you are. Your thinking determines your actions. Your actions determine how others treat you. Be confident in yourself and other people will listen to you. With decent packaging, you are more likely to find a buyer and ask for a higher price. The better you are packaged, the better you are accepted in society. A person who considers his work significant and necessary receives recommendations from his mind on how to work even better. Working better means getting a promotion, more money, more prestige, more life satisfaction, and happiness. There are 2 suggestions that will help you better organize the work of your subordinates. 1. Always have a positive attitude towards your work in order to become an example of the right thinking for your subordinates. And 2nd, every day, when you come to work, ask yourself the question, am I worthy of imitation in everything? Are all my habits ones I would like to see in my subordinates? So if you come to work in a depressed mood, be prepared that your employees will not subconsciously copy you either. Chapter 7. Manage your environment. Go first class. Ask yourself, 1. When I worry, would a powerful person worry about it? 2. Would the most successful person I know worry about this? 3. What would an influential person do if they had this idea? 4. Do I appear to be the most self-respecting person? 5. Am I talking like a successful person? 6. Would an influential person read this? 7. Would successful, influential people discuss this topic? Would a respectable person be angry about this? 8. Would a respectable person tell such jokes? 9. How does an influencer describe their work when talking about it to others? Make sure you are among people who think right. Organize your environment. Communicate with people of different interests. Let people who have different views from yours be your friends. Stay away from the negatives. Chapter 8. Make your attitudes your allies. Explore deeper into a subject that you are not enthusiastic about. This way you will not only have new topics to talk about, but also an awareness of working in this industry. Enthusiasm or its absence is manifested in everything, even in a handshake. Show confidence by speaking energetically and vividly. Good news is always the most welcome news. In addition, make the person feel important and he will start caring about you, and when he cares about you, he will do more for you. Don't begrudge praise. Always let people know you appreciate what they do for you. Under no circumstances should people be left with the impression that their services to you are a matter of course. Express your approval with a warm, sincere smile that will let people know that you have paid attention to them and treated them well. Praise people by letting them know you are dependent on them. Sincerely saying, "I don't know what we would do without you," will make people feel that they are needed, and a person who feels his own needs works even better. Praise people wholeheartedly, rather than giving them routine compliments. From praise, a person flourishes. Each of us likes to be praised, whether it is a 2-year-old baby or a 90-year-old man. Do not think that only significant achievements are worthy of praise. Praise people for their routine work, their ideas, and their help. Compliment their looks. Call a person specifically to express your admiration. Visit them or write them a personal letter or note. Do not waste your time and energy classifying people as very important, important, and unimportant. Don't make exceptions. Any person, be it a scavenger or a company president, is significant to you. You will never achieve first-class results if you treat someone like a second-class person. Do more for people than they expect. Service is first. Chapter 9. Think right toward people. Remember, success depends on the support of other people. What are the rules for success when communicating with people you need to remember? First, learn to remember names. Be a pleasant person so as not to cause a feeling of tension in those who communicate with you. Learn to calm down and then nothing will piss you off. Do not be an egoist. Listen to the other person. Become interesting to people so that when they talk to you, they see something valuable. Study yourself to get rid of personality thorns, including those that you are not aware of. If you had any misunderstandings or disagreements before, they should be resolved now. Forget all your grudges. You may need to practice a positive attitude towards people until you begin to do it sincerely and genuinely. You can always find a way to congratulate someone on their accomplishments. Show sympathy for those who are upset or disappointed. Strengthen the spirits of people and support them, and they will love you for it. Chapter 10. Get the action habit. Use the principle of mechanical action to perform simple but unpleasant tasks at work or at home. The same applies to everyday household chores. Do not think about how unpleasant it is, just get down to business, and do not put it off for later. Use the mechanical trigger method to find ideas, create plans, solve problems, and another mental, creative activities. Don't wait for inspiration to come, bring it. So, for example, writers, not knowing what to write, write everything in a row until they come up with any ideas. Motto: start now, let it always be with you. Never put anything off until later. Always take the initiative in your own hands. Remember that ideas alone do not bring success. Ideas are only valuable when they are followed by action. Get rid of fear and gain confidence by taking action. Do exactly what you fear and the fear will disappear. Try it and see. Chapter 11. How to turn defeat into victory. Learn from defeat, draw the right conclusions, and then look back at your failure and smile. Be constructively self-critical. Look for your weaknesses and work on correcting them. This is the path to professionalism. Stop blaming fate. Determine the cause of each failure. Shifting the blame to fate, you will not make your life one iota better. Combine perseverance with resourcefulness. Do not retreat from the goal, but do not beat your head against a stone wall. Try experimenting with ways to solve the problem. Experiment. Remember that every situation has its upsides. Find them. It is the most effective remedy for conquering discouragement. Remember that a loser is a person who has made a mistake but is unable to capitalize on it. Chapter 12. Use goals to help you grow. Where do I see myself in 10 years? Take a pen and notepad and write out your 10-year plan. For example, work. 10 years later, what level of income do I expect to have? How much responsibility do I want to take on? What degree of influence do I want to have? What standard of living do I want to provide for myself and my family members? What house do I want to live in? How do I plan to spend my vacation? What kind of financial support do I intend to give my children at the beginning of their lives together? What kind of friends and acquaintances do I hope to have? What social groups do I wish to join? What role do I want to play in the community where I live? What do I want to do for people? And believe me, when you write your 10-year plan, you will strive to ensure that it is completed. Chapter 13. How to think like a leader. Find people who are passionate about everything they do and surround yourself with them. When you see things through their eyes, you'll be able to get them to take action pretty easily. Consider how you can exchange roles with them. Remember to be kind and human in everything you do. When it comes to money, we often forget about the more essential things, but becoming wealthy doesn't mean we have to stop being humans. Believe in your progress and try to improve everything you do. Having a first-class mindset and acting accordingly is essential. Spend some time alone to unleash your creativity. As a leader, you must learn to communicate with yourself to reach the most effective conclusions or strategies for your business. Get rid of the following habits. Stop procrastinating. Use negative words like, I can't. Watch TV more than 60 minutes a day, or better not watch it at all. And stop gossiping. In these 30 days, adopt the following habits. 1. Do not leave the house in the morning without putting yourself in order. 2. Make a plan for the next day in the evening. 3. At every opportunity, give people well-deserved compliments and say kind words. You can increase your value in the eyes of subordinates in the following ways. Contribute more to the development and improvement of their subordinates. Learn more about the company you work for and its clients. Provide 3 suggestions to improve the work of your enterprise. Increase your value in the eyes of your family members. Express gratitude for everything that your spouse or spouse does for you, for something that was previously taken for granted. One day of the week arrange something special for your family. Dedicate 1 hour a day to spending time with your family. Obviously, the most significant thing is to grow professionally and personally. This can be done in the following ways. Spend 2 hours a week reading literature in your profession. Of course, you can do this more often. Read 1 book a week on psychological self-help and self-development. Meet and network with 4 new people. Spend 30 minutes a day in quiet, meditative reflection, thinking about your work, family, how you will live, and what you will do. And last but not least, like the video, and subscribe to my channel to discover more books.